You're listening to a 3CR podcast created in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.
We're putting up new buildings, we're knocking down the old. We're working in the summer heat and in the winter cold. And the labour power we sell, me boys, for a hard and weekly pay, produces mighty profits for the greedy MBA. And whether we were born here or born in Italy, in Greece, in Spain or Ireland, in England or Fiji, we all of us are workers, united we must stand, until the wealthy bludgers have been driven from our land. We faced deregistration, it backfired in the face. We're not fooled by arbitration, we won't stay in our place. We hit the bosses hard and fast to win and keep our gains, and break a couple of concrete pours to back our log of claims. So keep your powder dry and hold your head up high. It's class to class and face to face, our limit is the sky. We've got a fighting history and we never will be cowed. Our builders' labour is a name to make a man feel proud.
And it's good morning from the concrete gang, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. 8:55 on the AM dial, 9:30 every Sunday morning, bring you the news from the CFMEU Concrete Gang of the construction industry. And we've got a bit of a small crew in here this morning, as you would have before the big long weekend. We've got the Goanna.
Morning, listeners.
And I think Campo's on holidays, and it's just us, mate.
Just us, yeah.
So anyway, we'll do our best. I suppose the first thing we'll kick it off with, mate, is probably discuss the grand final. We had a so-called expert in last week, Pikey, and he was the only one that picked the wrong team. He picked Geelong.
Yeah, even I got the right team.
You got the right team, mate. Even you got the right team from Queensland. So, Pikey, there's a mark against your name, mate. But anyway, everyone reckons it was fantastic. Having you on the gang last week, we think you did a good job.
Yeah, he did a great job. Bit worried about me spot. We should have got him in again today. Campo had told us he was going on holidays.
Campo's made a bad mistake. You never have a day off, do you?
No.
Someone else takes your spot, then you're gone.
I'll tell you, I had a bet on Saturday and Sunday night. There was also, and I thought it's at least worth talking about the NRL seeing the Storm won.
Yeah, of course.
Won the cup, but
otherwise we wouldn't.
100%. But I think I had a bet on Saturday night. I had Dusty for the medal. I had Richmond to win by under 12. And Dusty to score. I think it was two. Was it 2 or 3?
Yeah.
And obviously they won by more than 12. Other than that, I would have won $2,500. But I'm
Well, still
a bit disappointed. Could have.
Yeah.
And then the grand final on Sunday night, the Storm played well.
It's been good for Victoria with the girls win the netball. The women won the netball. Won, the Storm won.
A few cups coming back home to the state. And
the Melbourne clubs has been fantastic. So everyone's put us on the coat.
Victoria. Listen, I had a bet Sunday night, right, on the NRL. I had Cam Smith for the medal, Melbourne to win by more than 12, and Cameron Smith had to score a try in the first half. So it was 28-0 just before half time. Cameron Smith scores at half time. I think I'm in here. It's his last game. I'm in here. I've already spent the money. The game gets to the end and he didn't get the medal. Fell short again.
I reckon he was a bit stiff. Not that I know a lot about the game, but he played a great game.
He did, but the Pappenhausen, the bloke who did win it, I had my blinkers on just for Cameron Smith, but he probably did play a bit better. But I ran down the hallway to the girls were doing their thing down the other end, and I thought, I'm in here, and it didn't happen.
Well, now established you've got a gambling problem, mate, so, you know.
Yeah, I can't shithouse at it, yep.
Well, just talking on that, my greyhound won the other night too, bit of dash.
Nice.
Come up, paid
a few dollars.
I think it paid $7.50. Yeah, it was it was a good run. It went run by a couple of lengths, so it was good. All right, so that's all up to all our gambling problems and all the sports news. And we're heading into a long weekend. Goanna, we've got what have we got? We've got 5 days off. We've got shutdown weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, Tuesday Cup Day, and Wednesday off as well. So it's a good break for all the gang out there.
Yeah, I was actually surprised talking to a lot of the members out on the jobs this week. I thought there'd be more people that were actually wanting to try and get some dispensation to work because people haven't been working, etc. But I think because we've hit the ground running so hard since the industry has come back, everyone's happy to have the break, which is good.
Yeah. I had a couple or one, but anyway. So it's going to be a good long weekend. So it gives everyone a bit of a spell before the run home, because as we know, that time of the year when all the bosses are pushing, and we have a few accidents. So maybe everyone's have a good rest up and just take it easy when they come back for the run home.
Well, it's not bad, isn't it? There's what's the race go for? 2.5 minutes or something like that. Yeah. You'll have 5 days off. That's unreal. You can't get any better than that.
You've got to prepare, mate.
Your union ticket gets you 5 days off for a 2.5 minute race.
Yeah, well, you've got to prepare, mate. All right, so what else we got, mate? We've got, we're supposed to talk about the EBAs, mate. You've been running around doing a bit about the EBAs.
Bit of EBAs, yeah. So we're trying to get out to the membership and let everyone know what the process is going to be. The reps' right notices should have went out by now. If you're working for a company and you haven't received the reps' right notice, contact the union, speak to your shop steward on the job or an organiser. Need to get those out so that the company can let you guys know that they've started negotiating with the union, which is your representatives, and also that we can then get the process followed that the membership has access to the agreement for 7 days before they vote. When you get the agreement, make sure you have a read of it. It's the reason why you go to work. It's got your wages and conditions in it. So I think it's important that people get their heads around what is in the agreement. There's some changes in it. Nothing really massive, I suppose, besides the clause about the under $50 million apartment projects, which is a change to address those issues that we've been hearing for a long time in terms of what's the union doing about the non-EBA section. It's another strategy we want to try, and it allows subcontractors and builders to price work if they're pricing work against non-EBA builders to have that rate, which means the hourly rate stays the same, but some of the conditions drop down to award conditions. But that's in the agreement. Ask the questions from your shop steward or your organiser. We're not trying to hide anything. We're trying to get the information out there, but it is hard to get it jammed into a half an hour meeting or an hour meeting, when blokes are obviously or members are there for work for the day. So we're just trying to get the message out, read what's in the document, make sure your employers started the process so we can get you your pay rise.
They should all have their reps' rights by now, shouldn't they?
You should. I mean, by law, the employer, and we've been told that the employers that weren't at negotiations, the master builders were representing them. So negotiations have been going for quite some time. Regardless of what some of the master builders are saying, your obligation as the employer is to send a notice out to tell your employees, i.e. our membership, that you've started negotiations. All
right. So if you haven't got the reps' rights, you'll be ringing the union.
Yes, otherwise it slows the process down by 21 days, and there'll be plenty of employers out there trying to get to Christmas without the pay increase. Spread the word. If you know people who haven't got the reps' right notice, if you're not sure of what the reps' right notice is, speak to the shop steward or an organiser or ring the union so we can get the information out there. As I said, it'll slow the process down by 21 days if you don't.
There's been plenty of people trying to slow the process down, like the ABCC.
Yes, they are the process. Yeah. That's their job. They're the oyster on the bottom of the, on the bottom of the industry, and they're there singly to stop unionised workforces, particularly in the bargaining process, and organisers getting on jobs and educating and organising people. But as I've said before, surprisingly enough, when they needed a pay increase, they went on protective action to get their pay increase. So it's a bit of an irony, a bit of irony, that the people who are actually stopping the essential workers that have kept the country going, getting their pay increases.
All right. Well, what about, that's a good report we've got about the EBA straight away. So what about if we cut to a track, have a bit of a break and a rewind, then we'll go on from there. So what do we got, mate?
What do we got? A bit of Tracy Chapman, Mountains of Things. It's a good song about about how the rich are. Anyone who's a bit of a Tracy Chapman fan, I know my old boy hates it with a passion, but I'll send this one out for him. This one's for you, Googie.
Thank you.
Life I've always wanted, I guess I'll never have. I'll be working for somebody else until I'm in my grave. I'll be dreaming of a life of ease and mountains, oh, mountains of thanks. Have a big expensive car, drag my furs on the ground. Have a maid I can tell to bring me anything. Everyone will look at me with envy and with greed. Now revel in their attention and mountains, oh mountains, oh thanks. Sweet lazy life, champagne and caviar. Hope you come and find me, 'cause you know who we are. Those who deserve the best in life know what their money's worth. Those whose sole misfortune is having mountains on nothing at birth. Oh, they tell me still time to save my soul. They tell me renounce all those material things you gain by exploiting other human beings. Consume more than you need. This is a dream to make you pauper or make you queen. Won't die lonely, have it all prearranged. A grave that's deep and wide enough for me and all my mountains, oh thanks. Oh, they tell me still time to save my soul. They tell me renounce all those material things you gain by exploiting other human beings. Mostly I feel lonely. Good people are only my stepping stones. It's gonna take all my mountains of thanks to surround me. Keep all my enemies away. Keep my sadness and loneliness at bay. The life I've always wanted, I guess I'll never have. I'll be working for somebody else until I'm in my grave. I'll be dreaming of a life of ease and mountains, oh mountains, oh thanks. I'll be dreaming, 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 dreaming. I'll be dreaming, 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 dreaming. I'll be dreaming, 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 dreaming. dreaming.
All right, that was Tracy Chapman. It's been good when we're going to be able to hear it. I don't know when we're going to get back in the studio anyway. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but whenever that's going to happen, we're still recording from headquarters. But anyway, doing our best. Where to now, my old mate? What about if we go on to a bit of job news? We haven't got heaps, we've got a little bit. Or we could talk about, well, there he is, mate. He's named up in lights again. Old Dario from Edcon.
Old Dario. So he's gone from Haser, where he left a pile of burning rubble at Haser for him to clean up, and he's gone to Adco. And he's not starting off on the right foot. I don't know. Yeah, Gorilla's got us rubbing our hands now. I just did it. I don't even know why I just did it.
I know why I did it.
Cleaned my hands for nothing. He started off just there, and he's telling lies, and just tell. Actually, it's not even worth telling him to tell the truth. I don't think he could possibly do it, but. He thinks he's a little bit cleverer than he is, and I hope he is listening right now.
Let's hope he is.
It's how to do yourself out of being dealt with is what I'll say this week. If you can get an answer somewhere else, and you're going to deal with someone who stand up person, or at least if they tell you, I don't mind if they tell me to get fucked. It's when they lie. Dario's that. So there'll be a bit more to report on this, I'd say, in the future, but. He's looking after a job, Carlton Footy Club. There's some state government money in it, and he's off to a great start there. It's a high-profile job. Look forward to making sure that everything is done correctly there, safety-wise and industrially. Hopefully, they're aware of what the code says in terms of using full EBA contractors. And look forward to not working with you, Dario, as we'll just go above your head, mate.
All right. Mob called Portal getting around. They're a new, I don't know if they knew, they've been around a couple of years. I just struck them during the week doing the dig-outs on the jobs like a Delta Wood or a mob like that. They get the first stage of the job doing all the piling, the digging out and all that. Well, it's just pretty ordinary mob, mate. I think it's Christian and another bloke. I can't remember the other bloke's name. They, I think, come from Straight Line originally. Well, they've got a bit of a background, and the boys weren't getting the right anything. So this Portal, if you've got them around, any of your jobs, just ring in the union. We'll be checking up on them the next few weeks. Clarks. We've got Clarks in again.
Clarks. So... Speaking to a few of the REO boys, I believe we've had a few issues again this week with maintenance on Clark's cranes.
Again.
So Alphington Ironside job out at the paper mill. One of our REO lads has gone out there and asked the question, seeing that it's a repeat issue on all jobs. And once again, not following the manufacturer's specifications, not doing any maintenance at all, including the weekly checks. And I don't have to be, any more clearer than the high-risk work that they're performing, lifting loads overhead, etc. It's just, it is ridiculous. And who represents them. There was a comment made, I believe, on the job that they'll have an inspector flag it when it comes through. So Johnny Boy must be trying to pull some strings with the old boys club at the Master Builders. But evidently that didn't help him. It didn't help old Johnny. No. Not only did he
no flag him.
No. Well, it might have got flagged, but the notice was written, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of movement behind the scenes where the Master Builders and Johnny's mates, etc., will try and get the enough pressure put on WorkSafe to lift notices, because it would change industry practice, as we've seen in the past. But the notices are written, and the union's going to keep pushing it. Manufacturer specs are there for a reason. It's time to move on, Clark, if you can't keep up with it. King of the sky.
King of the sky, apparently, yeah, king of the sky. So, look, and as we said before, there's a push on towards Christmas, but just make sure all these tower cranes are being maintained properly. Maintenance is done, because they're swinging loads around over the top of the buildings and over your heads and over public. So we've got to make sure the maintenance is done, that the log books are looked at, if there's anything leaking or not going right, that gets fixed. So if you ask the safety reps and the shop stewards and all the safety committees to check that the next few weeks and make sure it's all done properly, otherwise give the union a ring. All right. So
it's a sector that, let's be honest, you're seeing it grow. Some developers that, especially that boutique market, they're using the Ironsides, the Element 5s, the Valios, and the Clark's shit subcontractors Pace. Come along with that pace. And they think they can get a cheaper job. The jobs are always, longer. They always go longer. The quality's not there. They're built essentially like houses. Subbies, if they're busy on another job, just won't turn up. You get for what you pay. You get what you pay for, I suppose. But
and the health and safety.
And in between that, they try and kill more workers than Qatar.
Yeah, Qatar. Geez, that's a bad one to bring up at the moment. Qatar Airlines. Jeez,
well, yeah, that's a bit like their building industry, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. All right, what else we got, mate? We've got not much.
Well, we did the cup. You got a tip for the cup? I
have. Now, I have, just so you know, a bit of a reputation of giving out some winners at the Melbourne Cup. But
well, I need some help, quite clearly. I don't want one that Nelly wins.
No, the problem is 4 days out. Was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? 5 days out. It's very hard to tip that far out. You don't know what's going to happen between now and then. The rain, the conditions, all that. So I'm going to give the punters a horse, but I'm not going to say just take it very easy because I'm not overly confident, right? So
don't put the mortgage on it.
No. So I'm going for Anthony Van Dyke. It's probably at the moment it's probably $9 or $10. So it's a good each way bet. So don't as you said. There you go, and don't put the house on it. But what we might try and do next year, we might try and do a live show on the Sunday before the Melbourne Cup. And
that's the go. We should do one from the Cup. I reckon that with surely there's money in the kitty for us to go to the members section and call it from Flemington. We can actually call it.
What yeah, because those plush things they have. What could we have? We'd put up a
scaffold. Yeah, that's done.
A tube and fit the scaffold and the concrete gang.
And we'll call it from the straight.
Yeah,
that's us.
Yeah, we get dressed up. We'll have to find a suit.
We'll have to Campo. We'll have to
get him dressed up. He'd look all right. And I'll bowl hat, Campo.
He'll have to get a new one. He won't fit into the old one.
We'll use it to go around the scaffold,
I love you, brother. Yeah, that's the old one anyway. He's still looking good.
No, he's come up all right, Cam. We can't wrap him up too much. It goes to his head, that. Yeah, so anyway, Anthony Van Dyke's but don't go mad on it. I mean, as I said, 5 days out, anything can happen between now and then, but it is a good carnival, spring carnival, but unfortunately there'll be no one going there. But
well, he did try
about that. He did try. He tried the Cox plate. That got shut down in about 5 minutes.
I believe that's the same bloke that was in charge of the security issues in the hotels.
Is it?
Same bloke. If anyone deserves to go, he's not real helpful with legislation that goes through the state government for construction workers either, I'm hearing.
Oh, okay.
He's obviously pretty incompetent. He says his excuse is he likes the horse races. Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously. Open up for himself.
Well, I like drinking beers at the pub too, but we haven't been able to do that for quite some time.
We've done that the last couple of days.
I'm in the Savi first time, 5 o'clock the Savi. It's on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's on?
It's on. I had to eliminate the
low
risk.
Carb?
Got to eliminate the risk during the week. I can't go and have one or two. I'm going the hierarchy of control. So Friday it's on.
Low carb?
Low carb, yeah. No, I don't think I'll be able to get the low carb on tap. So it's going to have to be a tap beer.
It is interesting to get back in the pubs talking because, I mean, that's a great place. They're meeting places. People just say it's just for drinking. Well, it obviously is, but it's a good meeting place. You get to talk to the locals and what's going on in the community and what they think of what's been happening. And it's pretty interesting what the people got to say at the moment. There's not too many happy with Dan the Man, but anyway, I think he's made some pretty tough decisions over this period and sort of, try to keep the construction industry going and keep the economy going and try and keep everyone happy, but very tough job. And anyway.
Well, I mean, to say the least, the Liberal Party, the state Liberal Party's opinion through, if you look through all the early documents and through the media, they were saying keep it open the whole time, running the attrition rate, so we'll just let the vulnerable die, etc., which is pretty much Liberal policy. They talk about, everyone having to pay their way, which is all good if you're from third generation money.
Blue nose.
Most of them would have never actually done anything hard in their life, and they expect when pandemics come along, we'll just let the poor die. Yeah, the poor and vulnerable die. They'll be right.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking about, if you're thinking about Bag and Dam, have a think about what would have happened if the Liberals. Yeah, we would have stayed open. We'd probably be like a lot of Europe is right now, closing and locking back down, and that'd be in the Christmas time. So I suppose, I've been critical of the Labor Party plenty of times, but the opposition or the alternative in this one would have been people dying, and it would have been the vulnerable dying, and we would have ended up with the third wave, or the second wave at least, going through Christmas like most of Europe is.
Yeah. All right, so we've got to pick a Scallywag and a Sookie Lala. So we've got the cast, we've got Adcom Dario, who's a...
Adco.
Adco,
yeah.
Sorry.
Just remember Lakshu when you say Adco. How can you forget Lakshu?
Adco, sorry, mate. Sorry, Dario. Portal, that's Christian, I can't remember the name of the other bloke. Clark's Cranes, perennials.
He's ABD. He is the new ABD, isn't he? King of the skies.
King of the skies. And what about Sookie Lala?
Who are we going to go for? Well, actually, I heard that Clark's was Sookin. I heard that's when he was bringing out the I'm going to go up the office, I'm going to contact someone at work safe, yada yada.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I like Dario.
Yeah, I don't like Dario, but I like him for this one. Yeah.
It's a Sookie Lala.
Yeah.
So Dario's got the Sookie Lala.
And being that we're not going to deal with him, it'll be, we might get another chance to put him as a Sookie Lala, because he'd be out in his own, out in his pat.
And the Scallywag, I wouldn't mind giving them the Portal, because I can see a future to this company's Scallywags.
Yep.
They've got nothing right.
And it's a bit like Portal, like if you were saying they'll break off a straight line and that, it's a bit like when Build Corp bought in Arc 3, and we thought, how could they get any fucking worse?
Exactly right. Well, and the reason they get the worst because they don't pay the boys the right money and conditions. They don't
do that in the first agreement, let alone the second.
Build Corp, that was a cracker, wasn't it? All right, so that's it. So we've got Portal as the Scallywag and Dario as a Sookie Lala.
Everyone should enjoy their long break. Spend it doing, with your family or your lifestyle. We can get out a little bit more. I think what's the 9th will be, or the 8th, midnight on the 8th will be out. I'm looking forward to going camping.
Yeah.
Getting away from...
Get that caravan out, mate.
It's been sitting in the driveway for 6 months, 7 months. So that'll be out. Be a few beers in the esky, I reckon.
Magnificent. So as you said, everyone have a good long weekend. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully... Anthony Van Dyke can get up and win us a bit of money. Enjoy your Melbourne Cup, and we'll go the same old way. Dare to struggle,
dare to win.
If you don't fight,
you lose.
And it's good morning from the concrete.
Other cheerless think I'm handsome. Their fathers think I'm mad. Their mothers think I'm a villain, but I'm just a lovable lad. I'm loved by the poor and the wealthy, loved by the good and the bad, loved by the fat and the skinny, because I'm a lovable lad. It's a dangerous game I'm playing, you've got to be quick to last. When you're at the wrong end of a shotgun, you run quick or cop the full blast. You'll never see me linger where there are sour old tarts, and you can tell where I have been by the trail of broken hearts. So parents, do take warning and heed what I say. Keep your daughters out of sight when I come round your way. They say I'm just like Casanova, I I drink, I smoke, I swear. They say I'm the sheik of Scrubby Creek, but I don't care.
You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.